Hello, today I'm going to show you guys how to solve LeetCode problem 3152, special array 2, which is the daily LeetCode problem starting on the night of December 8th. In this problem, we are given an array of numbers and some queries, and what we need to check is if the subarray of the nums that is given from the query, which is start and ending index, if this is special. And in this case, special means that all adjacent elements have a different parity, and parity in this context means if one's odd, the next one needs to be even and needs to follow that pattern back and forth of even odd throughout. And so to start, we're going to create a couple different things. First is we're going to create this answer array that they're looking for us returning in the end. We're going to initialize the starting value of true. And we are going to do this for the length of the queries array. Answers equals, and then I'm just going to go ahead and put it here now. In the end, we're going to return answers. How we're going to do this is we're going to keep a violations array. And I'll show you now. First thing we're going to do is we're going to iterate over the numbers array. So for num, I in range, length, nums. And what we were going to do here is we're going to find all the indexes that violate this special property, that violate the parity property. What we'll do is if nums brackets I minus 1 modulo 2 equals nums I percent 2. So here we will see if they violate that. This is just checking if it's even or odd, and the previous index needs to be different from the current one, and we're starting this for loop starting at the first index. So if this is, well, then we will do violations dot append current index. And just for complexity's sake, this is big O of n. Now, now that we have the violations, we need to iterate over the queries. I'm going to do this using enumerate because we're going to need both the value and the index. And so this gives a good way how to do that in Python efficiency. So for index I, and the actual element will be Q in enumerate. What we're going to do now is a binary search of the violations. In the query itself, we have the start and the end. With this, we can do a binary search to go through the violations. So this will end up being log n complexity to do a binary search. So we start with these two variables, start and end, which is going to be Q0. Something special about this is the start variable we are actually going to skip because this one is going to be impossible to check the element in front of it. So what we do for this, we will call start Q0 plus 1, and the end can just be Q1. In this, we need to do a binary search. So we're going to have a left and a right. Left is going to equal 0. And right, we spell it correctly. And then right is going to equal the length of the violations minus 1. And now we can just do a typical binary search. So we can do while left is less than or equal to right. Again here, first is we obviously have to calculate the middle index. Always a couple different ways. I like to be very explicit with how I do it. So right minus left divided by 2 plus left. This will give us the middle index. It's a good way to do that. And we then can check. I'm going to call this violation index is going to equal violations brackets mid. So now we have to do this a couple checks. First is if the violation index is less than the start, we can move the left because we're doing a binary search. So we know we can now do left equals mid plus 1 because the start of this is less than this violation. So we need to move all the way up. Else if violation index is greater than the end, the violation index is greater than the end, we are going to do right, which will equal then middle minus 1. And then in the end, we can do else if it's this, if it isn't here, we then know that we are within this middle index is within the subarray, and we can set answers bracket I equal to false, and then we will break. And that should be the end. Give it a test run to see if we have it right. We're going to go ahead and hit submit. And there we go, guys. Thank you.